Hello, hello, hello there, my friends out there in social media land. Gary Glass here, so happy to see you again. We've been reading Napoleon Hill's book, The 12 Miracles of Life, part of his The Science of Success series, and it's been fabulous. We just started a couple of days ago reading the fourth chapter called The Fourth Miracle of Life, The Mastery of Poverty, and it was really great. And we read about a speech where they were talking about. Let me see. This place we call home is a disgrace to all of us and a handicap for our children, just because of the poverty mindset that the people in Appalachia had in the late 1800s, early 1900s. It's no disgrace to be born in poverty, but is most decidedly is a disgrace to accept this birthright as being irrevocable. Just so many just pearls in this in that speech, which was in the book. That speech starts on the very bottom of page 48, the top of page 49. And if you haven't read it or if you haven't heard it, go to 2 days ago we read that. It was just so good and made such an impact on me personally that I wanted to share it. So we've gotten to the point in this fourth miracle of life, the the mastery of poverty. We've gotten to the point in the chapter where we're going to talk about the 12 great riches of life, which are absolutely fantastic. And what you'll notice is these really are not, for the most part, for the vast, I think there's one thing that talks about economic poverty or financial security, poverty in the context of money. All of the other riches of life, they're in the context of your internal riches, those internal resources that you have that can make you the best person you can be, to where you can display your other self that absolutely knows and lives in your dream life, whatever that looks like. So we'll read the first six today, of the 12 great riches of life. So number one is a positive mental attitude. And it reads, a positive mental attitude heads the list of the 12 great riches, because all riches, material or otherwise, begin as a state of mind. The one and the only thing over which an individual has complete, inalienable power of control. One's mental attitude supplies the pulling power which attracts him, the material equivalent of all fears, desires, doubts, and beliefs. Mental attitude is also the factor which determines whether one's prayers bring negative or positive results. It is but little cause for wonder, therefore, that a positive mental attitude heads the list of all the great riches of life. It is but little cause for wonder, therefore, that a positive mental attitude heads the list of all the great riches of life. Just had to repeat that line because it's so valid. If you don't have your own peace of mind, if you don't have a positive mental attitude, what good is anything else? If you're not feeling good about yourself, if you're just not feeling good in general, what the heck? I mean, come on. And what does a positive mental attitude, what's the I'll call it the offspring of having a positive mental attitude? Having great business, having great health, having great relationships, having good self-leadership. It's the keystone, and it's the starting point of all of these things. Just such a vitally important principle. Here's number two of the 12 great riches of life: sound physical health. Hmm. How many of us are as healthy as we would like, or as fit as we would like? Because fitness is part of sound health. Sound health begins with a health consciousness, the product of a mind which thinks in terms of health and not in terms of illness, plus temperance and moderation in eating and the balancing of physical activities. Maintenance of a positive mental attitude is one of the greatest forms of prevention of ill health known to mankind. It rates as quote unquote great because it is under one's control and is subject at all times to one's direction to any desired end. It's interesting. I study with yet another group, and one of the things that we, oh, I'm feeling sick. Well, when did you decide that? Oh, I don't think I can do this or that or the other thing. Well, when did you decide that? People talk about limiting beliefs all the time, but what is the root of that? The root of a poor limiting belief is deciding that you will limit yourself. It's just so critical to recognize that the first step in that is deciding that you're going to limit yourself. And just, which of course, if you want to be limited, works perfectly. If you want to live the life of your dreams, you have to get rid of those limitations. And honestly, that's one of the things that we do with I do with my clients, and the Napoleon Hill Institute works on with people. So here we go, the third of the 12 great riches of life, and you're going to love this one. Number 3, harmony in human relations. Harmony, peace, cooperation, so good. There are 2 forms of harmony, both of which are required to entitle harmony to rank as one of the 12 great riches of life, namely harmony with oneself and harmony with others. One's first responsibility is that of establishing harmony within. This calls for the mastery of fear, maintenance of a positive mental attitude, and the adoption of a major purpose in life behind which one can build an enduring faith in its achievement. Be at peace with your own soul, and you will have no difficulty in relating yourself in a spirit of harmony with others. Friction in human relations often is the result of confusion, frustration, fear, and doubt within the individual who oftentimes mirrors these negative states of mind in other people, thus making harmony impossible. Harmony with others begins with harmony with oneself. For it is true, as Shakespeare said, there are great benefits available to those who comply with his admonition. And here's this famous Shakespeare quote: "To thine own self be true, and it must follow, as the night the day, thou cannot then be false to any man." You can't lie to anybody else without lying to yourself. So such powerful words Shakespeare shared that Napoleon quoted here. Let's see, number 4 of the 12 great riches of life, the freedom from fear. No man who is held captive by fear is rich, nor is he free. Fear is a harbinger of evil, an insult to the Creator who provided man with the means of rejecting all things whatsoever which are not desired by giving him complete control over his mind power. Before grading yourself on freedom from fear, be sure to probe deeply into your own soul and make certain that not one of the 7 basic fears is hiding within you. And remember, when these 7 basic fears have been transmuted into faith, you will have arrived at the point in your life where you can take possession of your own mind, and through that possession acquire all you desire in life, as well as reject all you do not desire. Without this freedom from fear, the other 11 riches of life may be useless. In a subsequent chapter, you will find the formula with which you can conquer the fear of ill health and physical pain. Apply the formula and conquer this fear. Then follow through and conquer the other 6 basic fears with the very same formula. So good. Here we go. The 5th of the 12 great riches of life. Number 5, the hope of future achievement. Don't you just feel good when you have something? Wow, I'm going to go do this thing. And then you're working on it and then you go do it. How good does that feel? Just so good. The hope of future achievement. Hope is the forerunner of the greatest of all states of mind, faith. Hope sustains one in times of emergency when without it, fear would take over. Hope is the basic of the most prominent, hope is the basics Hope is the basic of the most profound form of happiness, which comes from the expectancy of success in some as yet unattained plan or purpose. Poor indeed is the person who cannot look toward the future with the hope he will become the person he would like to be, or attain the position he would like to hold in life, or attain the objective he has failed to acquire in the past. Hope keeps the soul of man alert and active in his behalf, and clears the line of communication by which faith connects one with infinite intelligence. Hope is the right royal person and the divine decorator of the other 11 riches of life, because you hope for them, you dream for them, you desire them, you build up a burning desire for this thing, whatever it is. And as you burn up, as you build up that burning desire, you end up start making plans, write down what you want, plan for what you want, then get into action to go get what you want. Makes all the difference in the world. Here we go. Number six in the 12 great riches of life, the capacity for faith. Faith is the means of communication between the conscious mind of man and the great universal reservoir of infinite intelligence. As I read here, I do share the I don't know, the moniker, the name, the token, infinite intelligence. For me personally, it's I in my mind, I think of that as God. And many of us may have different ideas of who God is, and that's perfectly okay. Your supreme being is your supreme being. Have faith. Continue to have faith. So here we go. As this article continues, it is the fertile soil of the garden spot of the human mind. We're talking about faith here, wherein may be produced all of the riches of life. You can produce the riches of your life through your faith. It is the eternal elixir which gives creative power and action to the impulses of thought. It is the élan vital of the soul, and it is without limitations. Faith is the spiritual quality which, when mixed with prayer, gives one direct and immediate connection with infinite intelligence. Faith is the power which transmutes the ordinary energies of thought into their spiritual equivalent, and it is the only means by which infinite intelligence may be appropriated to the uses of man. So you know what? I think we're going to hang it up there for today, but and to finish up with the idea of faith being one of the riches of life, uh, just seems so natural to me. Can you imagine not having any faith? I don't have faith that there's going to be food at the market next week or toilet paper or whatever. I don't have faith that I'm going to be able to keep my job or advance in my job. You have to have the faith. You have to have those internal resources within you to be able to believe, to be able to have those internal resources and even display them to the world so that the world can see your value and give that value to you in the con in the con in the con and you can see that in the context of business, in the context of work, in the context of relationships, shoot, even in the context of your physical health and fitness, in your dietaries. Yeah, just so good. So, anywho, that's going to do it for today. I hope you all have a wonderful, fabulous day. And again, we've been reading Napoleon Hill's The 12 Miracles of Life, which is one of the books in the Science of Success series. And it's just, as always, Napoleon Hill's work is just so timeless. Pick up a copy, go get a copy. This one's The 12 Miracles of Life. They just found this manuscript, I don't know, like less than a year ago. They just published it like a month or two ago, and it's so good. And so with that, I wish you well. I wish you great goal setting. I wish you great goal achieving. You know, it's interesting. Goal setting is really a conscious mind sort of a thing, whereas the goal achieving is really all about habit and your subconscious mind and what's going on within your self-esteem, your self-worth. And it's just critical to have all of those things at top levels for your own personal peak performance. So with that, I'll bid you adieu for today. Just I always wish everyone the best, and I say it like this: God bless you, God bless me, God bless us everyone. Be well, everybody. We'll see you tomorrow. Bye bye.